My precious child, sit with me for a while. Lay aside the noise of the world, the endless rush, the constant demand to do and be everything. Just be still with me, breathe. You don't need to earn my love. It was yours before you took your first breath. I see your heart, every silent cry, every moment you held back tears in front of others, pretending to be strong while breaking inside. You do not have to carry it all alone. You were never meant to. I am here, not far off, not silent or cold, but close, present, and deeply moved by your pain. If you have trust in our message, please leave a yes in the comments below. Your support through a small donation not only helps our mission, but also fuels our journey. And if our content touches your heart, do consider subscribing. May God bless you. Leaving now, stepping ahead of me, could bring you harm. You can't see what I see, beloved. In the unseen, there are eyes watching, those who do not wish you well. The enemy is cunning. He studies your every move, waiting not for your strength, but for your weakness. He waits for a moment when you're tired, weary, uncertain. He hides in the shadows, not always with loud threats, but with subtle lies. You're not enough. No one cares. You're wasting your time. My child, those words are not from me. I would never speak death over you. I speak life, I speak truth, I speak hope. When I tell you to wait, it is not to punish you, but to protect you. The danger isn't always obvious, but I see it, and I will never allow harm to reach you without providing a way of escape. Trust my timing. I know you feel ready, but readiness isn't always measured by your strength. It's measured by what lies ahead. You may be prepared in heart, but the road is not yet ready for you. I am still working, still clearing the thorns, still preparing the people you'll meet, the places you'll go, the battles you'll win. Do not run ahead of me. Do not let impatience become your guide. I have not forgotten you. Every tear you've cried in the secret place has been caught by my hands. Every sigh, every groan that words could not express, I understood them all. I know it feels like I'm silent, but I'm not absent. My silence is not my neglect. It is my invitation for you to lean in, to trust deeper, to know me not just in the answered prayers, but in the waiting rooms of your life. That's where your roots grow. That's where your faith becomes unshakable. I'm not only preparing the promise for you, I'm preparing you for the promise. You asked me for strength, so I allowed pressure. You asked me for peace, so I removed distractions. You asked me to be closer, so I led you into the wilderness, not to punish you, but to speak tenderly to you there. My child, I am your hiding place, your shelter from every storm. Even when the winds howl and the world feels unstable, you are anchored in me. Nothing touches your life that I have not already made a way through. No weapon formed against you will prosper, not because of who you are, but because of who I am in you. I have never lost a battle, and I will not start now. Don't let fear dictate your next step. Fear is loud, but I speak in the stillness. In the quiet moments, in the whispered prayers, in the silent nights, I am there. I am always there. When you don't understand, trust my heart. When you feel unworthy, remember the cross. I didn't die for you because you were perfect. I died for you because you were precious. I would do it again just for you. That's how much you mean to me. So don't rush ahead trying to prove yourself. You have nothing to prove and everything to receive. Let me be the one who opens doors, who makes ways, who clears paths. I make all things beautiful in their time, and your time is coming. Not a minute too late, not a second too soon. When it comes, it will be more than you imagined. But it must be in my way, not yours. My ways are higher. My thoughts are greater. I see the full picture, you only see a frame. And while you wait, let me hold you. Let me heal what no one else sees. Let me restore your confidence, your joy, your hope. You don't need to wear a mask with me. You can be real here. If you're angry, tell me. If you're confused, bring me your questions. If you're afraid, I will not shame you. I am the Prince of Peace, and I speak peace to your storm. Right now, I'm whispering over your soul. Be still and know that I am God. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not too broken. You are exactly where you need to be for me to do something miraculous. Trust me, stay with me. Don't move just yet. I love you. with a love that has no ending, no condition, no comparison. I love you on your best day, and I love you just as much on your worst. You can't outrun it. You can't mess it up. My love is not based on your performance. It's based on my promise. And my promise to you is this: I will never leave you nor forsake you. I go before you, I walk beside you, and I follow behind you. Nothing can separate you from my love, not fear, not failure, not your past, not even your doubts. I am yours, and you are mine. Always. Listen closely. Not everything or everyone around you is what they appear to be. You've been asking for clarity, for direction, for wisdom. So here it is. Be vigilant, be spiritually awake. Pay attention to what is happening around you, not just in the loud places, but in the quiet ones. Not just in the obvious moments, but in the subtle ones where discernment is needed the most. There are conversations happening near you that you were never meant to be part of. Paths that seem harmless, but are laced with distraction. People who carry friendly smiles, but hearts filled with hidden motives. Not everyone who stands beside you is walking with you. Not everyone who praises you truly supports you. Some are there just to see if you'll fall, so they can say they knew it would happen all along. The spiritual atmosphere around you is real, more real than what you can see with your natural eyes. You must not walk blindly, emotionally driven, or led by convenience. There is more going on behind the scenes than you can see. Darkness doesn't always show up in obvious ways. It's subtle, it wears disguises. Sometimes it looks like opportunity. Sometimes it sounds like flattery. Sometimes it even comes dressed as help, while secretly intending to pull you off course, drain your energy, or sabotage your purpose. Look closer. Pay attention to patterns, not just apologies. Watch the consistency of character, not just the charisma in conversation. Be wise in how you open your heart. You are valuable. Your calling is weighty. Your time, your peace, your anointing, they are precious. And not everyone who draws near to you deserves access to them. There are those who come not to feed your faith, but to feed off of it. Some are not assigned by heaven, but sent by distraction. If the enemy can't destroy you, he'll try to distract you. And if he can't distract you, he'll try to deceive you by surrounding you with voices that sound good, feel right, but are pulling you away from my voice, one step at a time. I'm not calling you to live in fear, but to live with spiritual awareness. Keep your heart open but guarded. Be compassionate but also discerning. Forgive, but don't forget the wisdom I've given you through experience. There are lessons wrapped in the things you've survived. Don't overlook them. Trust is precious, and it should be given in layers, not all at once. Pay attention to who celebrates your growth and who only shows up in your crisis. Some people are attached to the version of you that still needed saving. They're not ready for who you're becoming. Don't shrink to make them comfortable. As I elevate you, not everyone can go where I'm taking you. And that's not cruelty, it's protection. There are seasons where I will prune your circle, remove voices, even close doors that seemed good, because I see the conversations behind closed doors. I hear what they say when you're not in the room, and I remove them not to hurt you, but to guard your future. You may grieve some goodbyes, but trust this, I never subtract without preparing to multiply in a new way. What I take away, I replace with greater purpose. What I shut down, I will redirect for your good. Stay close to me. Let me train your ears to hear what isn't being said out loud. Let me sharpen your spiritual sight to recognize the atmosphere of a room, to feel the shift when something is not aligned with my spirit. That unease you sometimes feel when you're around certain people or places. Don't ignore it. That is discernment, not paranoia. That's me whispering, be careful. Pay attention. Step back. You've asked for divine protection, and often I answer it by showing you what to walk away from, not what to fight. Your peace is not just a feeling, it is a boundary. Protect it. If someone's presence consistently robs you of it, ask me why. If a place drains you more than it fills you, bring it to me. You are not meant to be everywhere, nor are you meant to carry every burden, every conversation, every connection. Let me filter what isn't for you. Some ties need to be severed so your soul can breathe again. I'm not just calling you higher, I'm calling you lighter. Let go of what weighs down your spirit, even if it once felt good. Sometimes the thing that helped you in one season can hinder you in the next. And yes, you will feel misunderstood at times. You will feel like you're pulling away from people while your heart still loves them. But maturity is knowing when love means letting go. You can bless them from a distance. You can pray for them in silence. You can honor what was without sacrificing what is. I'm doing something in you that not everyone will understand. That's okay. You weren't created to be understood by everyone. You were created to be obedient to me. Your approval comes from me. Your identity is anchored in me. You don't need to explain yourself to those who can't see the vision I've placed inside of you. Let me guide you. Let me whisper wisdom into your everyday steps. Whether you're in a crowd or completely alone, I am there. And when you feel confusion rising, come back to me. I will always give you clarity, not always the full picture, but the next step. That's all you need. One step at a time with me. Keep your eyes open. Guard your gates, what you listen to, what you allow into your heart, the energy you allow into your space. You are not being harsh, you are being wise. This is what it looks like to walk in spiritual maturity. And as you remain rooted in me, I will surround you with the right people. People who sharpen your faith. People who celebrate your purpose. People who walk with integrity and love without agenda. People who can pray for you when you don't have the strength to pray for yourself. I'm not just removing the wrong ones, I'm preparing the right ones. And you'll know them by the peace they bring, the consistency they live, the fruit they carry, and the way they always point you back to me. You're not walking alone. I'm walking beside you, guiding, shielding, and speaking, even when you don't realize it. Stay awake, stay aware, and above all, stay close. The road ahead is filled with purpose, and I will not let anything or anyone derail what I've placed inside of you. But I need you to walk wisely, not carelessly. Watch, pray, discern, and trust what's for you will never need to be forced. I've already written the story. Just stay in step with me, and I'll make sure every chapter unfolds exactly as it should. You've been feeling eyes on you lately, haven't you? You can sense it in rooms you walk into, in conversations that grow quiet when you arrive, in people whose interest in your life has suddenly become more intense. It's not your imagination. There are some who are watching closely, carefully, not because they celebrate you, but because they want to study you. They want to know how you do what you do, how you carry your strength, how you endure what would have broken them. They watch not to admire, but to assess, not to cheer you on, but to measure what makes you different. And I need you to be aware of it. They want to come close, not for intimacy, but for information. They want access, not because they care deeply, but because they are curious. Curiosity is not always innocent. Some want to get close to see if the light they admire from a distance is as pure up close. Some come closer to find cracks, to identify your weakness, to discover where your walls are soft, so they can lean in and quietly shift the foundation. Pay attention. Not every hand reaching toward you is extended in kindness. Not every compliment is clean. Not every connection is divine. There is a difference between those I've sent to walk beside you and those who are walking near only because they are attracted to your anointing. They may not even understand what draws them to you. It's something deeper than talent, more radiant than appearance, more magnetic than personality. It is my spirit in you, my favor on you, my call through you. You are marked, and when you carry my mark, you will always draw both light and shadows. Some are drawn to the flame to be warmed by it, others to find a way to put it out. Be careful with access. You've prayed for elevation, but elevation brings exposure. The higher I take you, the more visible you become. You cannot be hidden and influential at the same time, but influence comes with responsibility. Not everyone should sit at your table. Some people only come to feed on what you've prepared, but they bring no honor, no love, no covering. Some arrive with empty hands and leave with pieces of your peace, your joy, your energy. And yet you keep wondering why you feel drained. You are not obligated to keep doors open for those who only knock out of habit, or for those who only want to stand close enough to see how I move in your life, so they can try to replicate it without relationship. Be wise. There is such a thing as divine distance. I didn't call you to be rude, but I have called you to be wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. Protect what I've entrusted to you. You don't have to prove your heart to everyone. Let me reveal who should remain and who is simply passing through. Some who appear friendly now will reveal envy later. Some who applaud your victory in public will wrestle with resentment in private. And still I tell you not to be afraid, but to be prepared. My spirit will give you discernment. You'll know it in your gut. You'll feel it in your spirit. You'll catch it in the tone, in the inconsistencies, in the way some people celebrate others more freely than they do you, though you've done nothing but love them. Pay attention to the silence. Sometimes what people don't say speaks louder than their words. Don't ignore that inner nudge. That's me, trying to protect you from a pain I don't want you to endure again. Your purpose is too precious to be handled casually. Your peace is too sacred to be placed in unstable hands. I gave you wisdom not just to build, but to guard what's being built. You don't have to be suspicious of everyone, but you do need to test the spirits. Not every connection is covenant. Not every smile is sincere. Not every opportunity is holy. And not every admirer is safe. They will want to know how you pray, how you endure, how you keep moving. They'll want your oil, but not your altar. They'll admire your fruit, but ignore your roots. They'll want to sit where you sit, but not walk where you've walked. They'll ask questions with subtle motives. Be kind, but don't be naive. Transparency is beautiful, but it still requires boundaries. Share your story, but protect your sacred. The deepest things I've placed in you were never meant to be given away without discernment. I am not calling you to paranoia. I'm calling you to maturity. This is what it looks like to walk in wisdom, to see the hearts behind the faces, to feel the energy behind the conversation, to recognize when someone is drawing near with spiritual hunger versus when they are drawn by ego, envy, or comparison. I will give you eyes to see, but will you trust what I show you? And to those who misunderstand your distance, your caution, your silence, let them misunderstand. You are not here to explain your boundaries to people who only want to cross them. You are not cold, you are careful. You are not guarded out of fear. You are guarded because you have learned. Let them talk, let them wonder, let them assume. I see it all and I will vindicate your name in time. For now, just keep walking. Keep doing what I've called you to do. Keep your hands clean and your heart pure. And as you walk, remember this: no weapon formed against you will prosper, not gossip, not jealousy, not spiritual warfare, not betrayal. I am covering you in ways you cannot even comprehend. The attacks that were launched against you in secret, I have already intercepted. The words spoken to destroy your character, I've turned them into stepping stones. The people who came close hoping to exploit your vulnerability, I've used them to teach you wisdom. Nothing is wasted in my hands. You are surrounded, yes, but more are for you than against you. Heaven is backing you. I have assigned angels to war on your behalf. You don't even know how many battles I've fought for you while you were sleeping. How many times I've blocked what was sent to break you. They tried to curse you, but I turned it into a blessing. They tried to trap you, but I rerouted your steps. They tried to get close to you, hoping to access your weakness, but I used it to strengthen your discernment. So now walk carefully, speak carefully, love freely but listen closely, and above all, remain close to me. I will reveal what you need to see. I will whisper when you need to pause. I will tug on your heart when you need to back away. Stay in step with my spirit, and I will never allow the wrong people to stay too long. I'm your defender. I am your filter. I am your shield. I go before you and I surround you. You are never alone. Just be still, stay awake, and trust me. Listen carefully, and let these words settle deep within your spirit. There are some who are not waiting to see you rise. They are waiting to see you fall. And they're not watching with hope. They're watching with hidden agendas, quiet jealousy, and unspoken bitterness. They won't say it aloud, but in the silence of their hearts, they've already rehearsed what they'll say when you stumble. They've been waiting, not for your breakthrough, but for your breakdown. Not to help you up, but to whisper, "I knew it." You've felt the pressure, haven't you? That invisible weight pressing against your every step, that feeling that eyes are always on you, not to learn from you, but to scrutinize you. They've studied your patterns, analyzed your moves, and calculated your vulnerabilities. They pretend to cheer, but deep down they wonder how you've made it this far. Some can't understand how you keep shining, how you keep building, how you keep surviving storms that would have buried others. And because they can't explain it, they want to discredit it. They question your process, your motives, your journey, not because they're concerned, but because they're uncomfortable with your calling. But listen, I know, I see it all. Every whisper, every eye roll, every passive-aggressive comment said behind your back. Every time someone smiled to your face while secretly hoping for your failure. I've seen the texts, the group chats, the side glances. I've heard the jokes that weren't really jokes. You don't need to expose them. I already have the full picture. And I want you to understand this. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. I didn't call you to perform. I called you to walk in purpose. I didn't raise you up to impress them. I raised you to glorify me. There are people assigned to your downfall. Their spirits have been stirred by envy. Some are even unknowingly being used by the enemy. They've been silently waiting, planning, and watching. They don't show their face during your battles, but they'll show up in a heartbeat if you fall. They want to see your weakness, not out of concern, but to confirm their suspicions. They want your humanity to outweigh your anointing. They want to say, "See, they're not so special after all." But what they don't realize is this: I am your foundation, and those who build on me will not be shaken. You may stumble, but you will not be consumed. You may cry, but your tears are not wasted. You may feel overwhelmed, but you are never abandoned. You carry my spirit within you, and that is the very reason you've endured what should have crushed you. They don't understand what it cost you to walk in peace. They don't know the prayers you cried with trembling hands. They weren't there when you had nothing but faith. They didn't see the nights when you wanted to give up. They didn't feel the crushing weight of spiritual warfare against your mind. But I was there. I saw it all. I held you together. I carried you when your own strength failed. So when they wait for your fall, they're not just testing your strength, they're testing mine. And I don't lose battles. Your fall would make them feel better about their delay. Your fall would justify their inaction. Your fall would let them rest in mediocrity without conviction. But that's not the story I'm writing with your life. I didn't bring you this far to drop you. I didn't anoint you for influence just to let you become a mockery. No, I'm doing something through you that will silence their words, not because you'll shout back, but because your fruit will speak louder than their gossip. Don't fight them. Don't defend yourself. Don't try to explain what I'm doing to people who don't have ears to hear it. The more you rise, the more they'll talk. Let them. Your peace will confuse them more than your argument ever could. Your joy will offend those who feed on negativity. And your perseverance will frustrate the ones who thought your last storm would break you. Let me vindicate you. Let me answer the questions they ask behind your back. Let me shine light where shadows have been speaking lies. You just keep walking, keep building, keep praying, keep trusting. Your integrity is your shield. Your silence is your sword. I'm training you to be consistent under pressure, to remain rooted when the winds of opinion blow against you, because you weren't built on applause, and you won't fall because of criticism. Yes, you'll make mistakes. Yes, you'll have weak days. But even then, I'll cover you. My grace will hold you. My hand will restore you. I don't expect you to be perfect. I expect you to be obedient. And even when you fall, I'll use it. I'll turn every failure into a lesson, every bruise into a testimony, every scar into a mark of survival. I'm not done with you. I'm still writing your story, And it's not ending in defeat. It's rising chapter by chapter with power, humility, and glory. Some people need your fall to feel better about their delay. They'll pretend to care, but secretly they fear the light you carry. Some will even cloak their judgment in spiritual language. Be careful with those who wrap envy in prayer. Not every concern is godly. Not every question is sincere. Ask me for discernment. I will show you what's real. I will reveal hearts. You don't have to guess. I will whisper truth to your spirit. I will warn you. I will give you eyes to see beneath the surface. You're not walking through this alone. I have assigned angels to guard your steps. I have wrapped you in protection you can't even see. The traps they set will collapse beneath their own weight. The words they spoke will return to them void. I will bless you in front of them, not to boast, but to testify. And when they ask how you're still standing, how you're still smiling, how you're still growing, your answer will be simple. God kept me. So don't be afraid, don't shrink. Don't play small to make others comfortable. You don't owe your progress an apology. You don't owe your calling an explanation. Keep shining, keep standing, keep living with fire in your soul and love in your heart. And when they keep waiting for your fall, remind yourself, the only fall that mattered already happened on Calvary, and I already got up, so will you. Listen, open your heart and let these words dwell deeply within you. For what you are about to hear is a long, unyielding declaration of truth, a truth woven by my hand throughout the tapestry of time. There are many forces at work around you, forces that study your every step and every decision. They linger like shadows in the corners of your existence, waiting for the precise moment when you falter, when the armor of your faith shows its smallest crack. They are not content to watch your victories. Instead, they wait with bated breath, hungry for your stumble, desperate to witness your fall. I have observed from the beginning that those who walk in my light draw attention, not merely from those who seek to emulate your brightness, but also from those whose hearts harbor envy and whose spirits yearn to see that brilliance snuffed out. They hide in plain sight and carry the guise of concern, yet their inner thoughts spin a different story. Their eyes flicker with a longing not for your wisdom or your gentle spirit, but for the moment when you will become vulnerable and weak. And as you journey through the peaks and valleys of life, remember this: they are waiting for your fall. They are meticulously measuring every step you take, every word you utter, and every prayer you whisper in the quiet of the night. Do not be deceived by the false kindness of those who seem to join you on your path. Some have mastered the art of wearing a mask that conceals their true intent, a mask that smiles brightly in your presence, while secretly relishing the thought of your undoing. They listen intently to your successes, but the moment you are faced with a trial, their support wanes and their voices turn to criticism, eager to remind you of past errors, as if to confirm that your current strength is nothing more than a fragile facade. I understand the pain this brings, for I too know the bitterness that arises when genuine care is replaced by ulterior motives. But take heart, for even in these moments when you feel alone in your struggle, I am with you. My love for you is a fortress stronger than any adversary's scheme. The journey you are on has not been chosen lightly. Every challenge, every tear, every whispered doubt that plagues you is an opportunity, a tool with which I am sharpening your spirit. When they wait for your fall, know that I am molding you for something far greater. Your purpose transcends the petty expectations of those who would see you fail. Your destiny is enshrined in my divine plan, a plan that transforms every setback into the seed of triumph. The battles you endure, even those that expose your vulnerability, are the very means by which I refine your character. Each struggle is a lesson, each bruise a testament to the strength that is being forged within you. Though their eyes are fixed upon what might be your downfall, I assure you that every trial is part of an unfolding narrative, a story of redemption, courage, and unyielding grace. Consider the nature of the watchful eyes that follow your every move. They are not simply curious observers. They are seekers who hunger for evidence that you are less than what you appear to be. Their desire to witness your fall is a manifestation of their own inner battles, their own unfulfilled longings, and their inability to understand the divine destiny that has been placed upon you. They scrutinize your actions and measure your responses, attempting to find a moment of weakness to exploit. Know that this is not a reflection of your worth or your calling, but rather of their own insecurity. The moment you choose to honor the truth of who you are, to live boldly and authentically in the light of my love, their power over you diminishes. For every attempt they make to drag you down, I have already prepared a lifting force that surpasses their schemes. In the stillness of the night, when doubts creep into the sanctuary of your mind, remember that I have never wavered in my commitment to you. When you feel the weight of their silent judgments, when it seems as though their waiting has grown too intense for the human heart to bear, lean into my embrace. I am your refuge, your safe haven from the storm of negativity that others seek to cast upon you. Understand that every trial they orchestrate is but a shadow against the blazing light of my purpose for your life. I am the one who steadies you when the ground shifts beneath your feet, and the one who equips you with the discernment to see through the illusions of those who study you for their own gain. I call upon you now to cultivate a spirit of vigilance, a spirit that is not ensnared by the temptation to react impulsively to every whispered doubt or every sidelong glance. Instead, let your heart be anchored in the certainty of my truth, which outlasts the fickleness of human opinion. Learn to recognize the difference between genuine fellowship and the covert machinations of those who long to witness your fall. Cherish those who truly seek to nurture your faith and surround yourself with souls who uplift your spirit rather than drain it. Be discerning, not cynical, open-hearted but judicious. For I have given you the gift of discernment, a divine insight to help you navigate a world filled with both light and darkness. Reflect on the nature of your divine calling, a calling that is marked by grace, resilience, and a quiet power that transcends the expectations of mortal minds. Your path is not defined by the transient judgments of those who wait eagerly for your stumble, but by an unshakable foundation that I have laid in your heart. Every obstacle that appears, every moment of seeming defeat, is a stepping stone in the magnificent plan I have prepared for you. What they see as a fall is, in my eyes, a prelude to a greater ascent. I transform your deepest wounds into sources of strength, your moments of vulnerability into channels of healing, and your setbacks into opportunities for my glorious work to be revealed. The enemy who orchestrates these moments of trial does so not out of a desire for justice, but out of a deep-seated need to undermine the radiance of your calling. His schemes are cloaked in the guise of opportunity, yet his intent is always to diminish your light. Let me remind you, no matter how fervently he may wait for your fall, his plans cannot prevail when you are anchored in my unwavering love and supported by the strength I provide. I have faced down the enemy in battles that are unseen, triumphing over every force that sought to tear my people apart, and I continue to do so for you. Each time you stand resilient in the face of adversity, you disrupt his plans and affirm the truth of my promise that you are held, protected, and destined for greatness. Now, consider the moments of silence between the chaos, those quiet intervals when the world seems to pause, and you are left alone with your thoughts. In these sacred moments, I invite you to listen for my voice. It is there, tender yet insistent, reminding you that you are more than the sum of your struggles. It is there to tell you that every trial you endure is noted, every tear you shed is treasured, and every challenge you overcome is celebrated in the heavenly chorus of redemption. When you hear my whisper in the stillness, let it be the counterweight to the anticipation of your fall. Allow it to fill you with a peace that defies human understanding, a peace that stands as a powerful testament against the forces that seek to see you crumble. The journey ahead is long and the night may seem dark, but do not be dismayed. For as you traverse the winding paths, every step is divinely orchestrated. The trials you face are not signs that you are failing. They are the very proof that you are on the path of transformation, the path that will ultimately lead you to heights you never imagined. Embrace each experience, no matter how painful it may appear, as an essential part of the process of becoming the person I have called you to be. You will learn that what they interpret as your fall is, in reality, a necessary descent that gives you the strength to rise mightier than before. As you continue to walk, may you become a beacon of truth and resilience in a world that often rewards compromise over integrity. Let your life be a vivid testimony to the fact that even when all seems lost, even when those who thirst for your downfall are lurking at every corner, your spirit remains unbreakable, for I have woven into your very being an indestructible light,